What's up, everybody? It's Puckett, and I'm back ready to tell you about the NYSL WarzoneMania. It's the draft-style Warzone event that is going down with a $100,000 prize pool. It's featuring your favorite pros and personalities from around the Warzone globe, and it's pretty exciting stuff. We've got the biggest names in the game competing for the prize money, but also some of the best analysts on the planet ready to talk about the top 10 players you need to watch coming into the event. We've got Nameless, JGOD, and NYSL's own head coach, Mr. Boble, back in the building. But Nameless, I know you're pretty fired up about your top 10 list. Why is it so much better than these other two?
You know, it's just on point, right? Like, I know that mine is going to be absolute facts, and you can't even debate against it. But, you know, I'm curious to see where they put them and how badly they messed up, you know, this top 10. We'll see. Fuck it.
I love it. I wanted to go personally with your top 10 list, but they told me, well, you have to integrate everyone's answers. So here is our official group top 10. I'll let you argue as we go through it, but I don't think there's going to be any arguments about this number 10 spot. Everyone had Biffle in their top 10. Why do you guys love this man?
I mean, this guy's a shoo-in for the top 10. He's only 18 years old, and he's already won over $70,000 playing Warzone. He's cashing it at such a young age. He's going deep in all these tournaments, and he's playing with some of the biggest players. I always see him teamed up with Dick Merckx. I mean, this guy, top 10, easy.
He should be higher, Boble. He should be higher. He's number 6 in most earnings on the game. He's 18. He's absolutely twisted. He's gonna go off.
It's fresh legs. You can't go wrong with fresh legs.
I mean, he's got like 20K earned higher than the number 10 spot.
Number 10 spot, too low for Mr. Nameless. We'll argue about that later, but I was surprised to see this name only at number 9. We got Frozone coming in at the 9 spot.
Yeah, I'm actually really impressed with how good Frozone has gotten at BR's Nameless. I'm not sure if you remember, but this guy was an amateur competitive player way back in the day. And now to see where he's at now is just incredible.
Yeah, that's wild. I've played with Fro a couple times, and he's a beast, dude. Like, absolutely hard carries whoever he's playing with, so.
Okay, so you guys put Frozone at number 9. Just one spot above him is Zlaner. What do you like about this guy, Nameless?
Zlaner is an animal, man. I actually just learned about him like 2 months ago or so, but he's been frying in all of these tournaments. He's a Facebook streamer who absolutely goes off. He's been playing with Dr. Disrespect, just dropping bombs, and lately in these tournaments, he's been going off. Like, he made it to the finals of that, I forget the name of the tournament, but it was with Aiden, and he was holding his own the entire time, and, you know, a lot of people have been wanting to play with him lately, so he's definitely been on the come up. Since September, he has won $51,000 in Warzone. So it's basically like
2 months?
$51,000 since September. Not a bad 3 months, buddy. Keep it up. Okay, let's go to our number 7 spot. This one belongs to a name I first got familiar with in the Chipotle series. He's been dominating ever since. Super Evan comes in at number 7.
I mean, this guy, he's won a lot of the Nick Merckx tournaments. He's got over 600 wins, so he's up there on the leaderboards. You know, this guy's just talented all around. It seems like whenever I watch him play, he's just a man with a plan. He's got the game down to a science.
Yeah, and one of the things that's crazy with his is how good he is, because I've seen him play a lot of times with other top players, and he's outpacing them significantly. And when they're just playing casually to go ahead and get kills, he's like, how the heck do you already have 20 kills? You know, it's kind of one of those things that he's able to rack up kills very fast.
Yeah, we have him. I had him at that same spot as well. So we're so far so good, boys. I'm liking where this is going. I'm waiting to see where you guys messed up.
Did they mess up at number 6, Nameless? Because number 6 belongs to Jowo.
I mean, I had him at 9. I could see why people put him at number 6, though. I mean, Jowo has been destroying. I mean, him and Huskers have been that dynamic duo who were winning tournaments together. You know, when Huskers left Symphony and he went to go play with Jowo, it was this big thing in the Warzone community. And then Jowo, he ended up being an absolute animal. I mean, his stream has blown up in the last 3 or 4 months. He's taken off. And he does all of this from a garage. His setup is in a garage. And he's destroying. So
we're down to our top 5, and I cannot argue about this position here. We got Symphony in the top 5. Why do you have him at the number 5 spot, Boble?
I mean, this is just an easy pick all around. One, he has past experience in BRs, and that's obviously translated over to Warzone. The guy's a beast. I said it in our previous episode when we were going through some of the captains. Like, if you see this guy in your game, leave automatically. Just get out of there. Don't waste your time. He's just going to come in, dominate you. You're not going to have fun playing against this guy.
I 100% agree. Mason's a different animal. I mean, he gets accused of hacking left and right.
I think that's the funniest part, and that he almost plays into it where he does these fake flicks so it could be captured and later on discussed, but in reality, it's just a meme.
Yeah, I mean, he's just that talented, right? So since day one, Symphony's been dropping bombs, man.
No hacks needed for the Beamy Boy there at number 5. The number 4 spot has recently been signed to the LA Thieves. Tommy representing their Warzone crew. What do you guys think about Tommy in our top 4?
I mean, Tommy's an absolute animal. We're obviously familiar with his name because he's been a longtime competitor in the European competitive scene. Now he's living in America, recently got signed to LA Thieves, as you said, and it's just great to see, you know, former competitors still have an avenue to be involved with everything that's going on with COD Esports, and Tommy's surely made a name for himself in Warzone. The guy's just an animal. He's just built differently.
I had him at number 2, personally. I think Tommy is, you know, since day one has been dominating the game. Even he went over to Cold War and he's been winning tournaments on there and going back to Warzone. I mean, he's played with basically everyone and he's won with like everyone as well. So I think Tommy's a heavy favorite going into it.
And I think one of the things with Tommy too is a lot of times when people see their bracket, if they know they have to go against Tommy in an early round, they're like, oh, I guess we're gonna have to go through losers almost. That's how much respect they have for Tommy, which is pretty insane.
Love that. That's Tommy at number 4, but now it's time to crown our top 3 spots. Number 3 belongs to the man who just set the single versus squads record with 60 eliminations. Aiden comes in at number 3.
I mean, this guy's been playing against the mouse and keyboard guys for years now. He's done it all with a controller, and I don't know how the guy does it. Like, you know, obviously, you know, from game to game, he just doesn't seem to lose his stride. Like, he drops in, dominates, and everybody knows who this guy is. I think he's definitely going to be one of the front runners to take this tournament.
61. I'm scared of Aiden.
It takes me a couple games to get up to that number.
That's nuts. I mean, obviously, you know, he's very comfortable with that R9 meta right now. He was able to rack up the 60 kills. I think it's just one of those cases where he plays at a very high level all the time, and he has, you know, like he's had good teams going through, so he's been able to shine and do his thing in a lot of these tournaments that he's competed in.
He runs that doof and that thing's terrifying. So like I said, I'm scared of Aiden.
Okay, it's down to our top 2, and I was so surprised that this man was not number 1. At the number 2 spot, we have Huskers.
What? Wild. How? Who?
Wait, he was my number 1.
He was my number 1. All right.
So number 7. I had him at number 7.
He is the number 7.
I know he's good. Hey, this is a stacked list. This is a very stacked list.
He's number 1.
I know.
By 26 grand and most earned. By 26 grand.
Yeah, I know. He's very talented. I've watched him play. He's very good. He plays smart. He's incredibly accurate. But for me, I just I put the top 5 that I have above him. I just consistently think a lot of times those performers perform. No.
He can't even say it with a straight face, okay? Huskers is number 1, guys, but all right, he got finessed here, so.
Hey, we needed the clickbait title. Guess who's not number 1? All right, your number 1 spot, though, and I think this is thanks to JGOD's positioning. JGOD, I'll let you tell me about this man. At number 1 spot, we have Mutex.
Well, they don't have a problem with Mutex though at number 1, though, do they?
I do. At number 1, I definitely have a problem with it. Yes, but go ahead.
Okay. So personally, I think Mutex overall is the number 1 player I've watched on a consistent basis.
Oh, man.
Whether he plays solos, duos, trios, or quads, whatever random teammates he's playing with, doing random challenges with other, you know, whether it's at Cash App challenges, throwing in random curveballs, still manages to put up 25, 30 kills with some random RNG class setup that doesn't even make sense.
Sure.
So I think overall versatility as a player, and as a good teammate, how he hypes up his, you know, whatever duo or trio is
his
with,
communication
regardless
really
of how
too.
well they're performing, he's hyping them so that they can excel at a higher level than they're even accustomed to. So I think that goes a little bit more into it than just his raw skill. It's just his ability as a teammate as well.
Best teammate in the game, according to JGOD. All right, where did you have him at, Nameless? Because I know you had Huskers at number 1. So where was Mutex on your list?
I had him at number 3. Mutex is actually number 10 in the earnings list, but the thing about Mutex is his communication is so darn good that in those high intensity situations, like he's always able to clutch up with the squad and give that precise call out. But number 1, I think, is definitely a bit of a stretch for him. There's been a couple tournaments where he's had the opportunity to, you know, move on past that top 4 and get that championship, and he's choked to some of these guys like Huskers or Super Evan, etc. But I definitely think he's a top 3 player. I just would not put him over Big Husk.
Don't you worry, Mutex. I got your back. We've got you at the #1 spot. This was your official top 10 from our experts coming into WarzoneMania, the draft style event held by the New York Subliners. You guys don't want to miss it. Make sure you tune in to Draft Night. We're going live December 1st at 9 o'clock Eastern. We'll see you then.